What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this one I'm going to be talking about SPY and QQQ and break down some very important information about the overall market. Before I start, let me just quickly mention I am not a financial planner, so take none of this as financial advice. And also don't forget about the Webull link. Deposit any amount of money and you're guaranteed up to 12 free stocks worth up to $3,000 each. The offer ends in just 5 days. So now anyways, let's talk about the market. What is going on right now? What news just came out? Well, to start us off, we had the PC report that came out. Very close to expectations, just a tiny bit higher, especially on the core side, but overall not too bad. And you have to remember that this data is for April, and we're well past April, so it's not going to be as impactful right now. Now, for the later time, at about 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, we have the Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, inflationary expectations, and many things like this, the 5-year inflationary expectations too. This is going to be very important for the markets. So expect lots of volatility, okay, for the first 30 minutes, especially at 10 o'clock a.m. sharp Eastern time. Expect either a big pump or even like a bit of a dump, depending on what this data tells us. Okay, so very, very important stuff. Look out for the news about this and watch for this data. However, afterwards, you have to remember that core PCE was very close to expectations, just a little bit hot. This was no surprise. And then we also have another big factor, the Biden-McCarthy deal. Now, let me just note, many sources are now saying that a lot of progress has been made and we're very close to the deal being closed. I believe personally the deal is going to be closed very, very soon. If it doesn't close today, we should see it close as soon as Tuesday. Very soon. We're days away from some huge announcement that's going to pump the markets, in my opinion, temporarily. Now, let me also add that with this whole deal, if we get some kind of positive development today involving it, or it's straight up just closed today, they finished the deal today before Memorial Day, which is very possible and very likely. I'm really hoping for it. That could pump the markets very hard, and that would work very well in favor of the market makers. Okay, but let's just be open-minded. So I'm going to go over all the possibilities and all the support and resistances, and then talk about the debt ceiling in just another minute. So if SPY, okay, I'm going to watch SPY, if this thing can break above this 415 to 416 zone, break and hold it because we have a lot of shop around here, lots of consolidation. Expect this thing to fly all the way up to 418 to 420 if we break above 415 to 416. We could make our way all the way up there. If we fail to do so, okay, if we have some bad Michigan consumer data and we don't get any news about the debt ceiling, if nothing like that happens, we could make our way down to retest 414 flat. If that fails, okay, we're going to come down to about 412. And if that fails, 409.8, I think around there is going to be the next support zone to watch. So between 409 to 410, watch all the way down there. Now, that would actually give the shorts a victory, and I think that's less likely to happen given how the market makers manipulate the stocks. And I'm leaning more towards us closing like very close to where we are or getting a pump thanks to the market makers and thanks to the debt ceiling. But I'm always going to be open-minded nonetheless. Now, to start us off, as the day opens, we have a very weak-looking setup right now. We're just very choppy, and we're going to start off very, very choppy probably. And then it's all going to depend on the news and the Michigan consumer data to start us off. If the Michigan consumer data pumps the markets, we could see the market pump a little bit, and then we're going to react to the debt ceiling. Any announcement about a deal is going to pump the market like crazy, so be prepared just in case and be very careful with short positions. If the market dumps, right, if that happens, I mean, the debt ceiling news is eventually, in my opinion, going to pump the market anyways. It could happen today or it could happen by early next week, by like Tuesday. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm leaning more towards something big coming out today. Either some really big development or the straight up deal being completed itself. They could surprise us, right? Now for, let's just say, the QQQ, and for bullish, we're going to be looking for the 342.5 to 345 zone to be tested. And for bearish, right, for all the reasons I mentioned before, if we do end up becoming bearish on the QQQ, watch support at 338. If that fails us, then we have the 200 EMA on the 30-minute time frame to retest 335. And if that fails, you're going to watch 331.48, which is the next major imbalance right over here on the chart. Now, we could see that the PPO is very choppy. We're going to have a very choppy open probably. Not looking extremely strong for now, just to start us off. This could all change depending on the Michigan data. And finally, it's going to make a big reaction to what happens with the debt ceiling. Now, if there's no news about the debt ceiling, we might just have a very choppy day, maybe even cool off a little bit and close a little red. If we get either a positive development about the debt ceiling or they straight up close the deal, this thing could pump even harder. It's going to pump to the 340s if we get some very positive news about the debt ceiling or they straight up close the deal. So watch it very carefully. For Tesla, if they close the deal, it's going to fly to the 190s, okay? All the way up to the 190s in one day if they close the deal. If they just announce something positive about the deal, we could just like touch 190. And if there's nothing that comes out involving the deal, we might just see a very choppy day for Tesla. It is like a Friday, but I'm leaning towards something good to come out for this deal. That's what I'm hoping for, and I think it's very probable based off what Biden and McCarthy said. Even if nothing happens today, right? That's another possibility I mentioned yesterday. Even if nothing happens, we're most likely going to get a deal or something by next week. Okay, it's either going to happen tomorrow or by like super early next week. Something's coming. It's going to pump the markets, in my opinion, not financial advice. Anyways, that's what I have for this one. I did go over most of these stocks yesterday, so please be ready. Watch support and resistance, and don't forget about the Webull link. The offer ends very, very soon. Get ready, guys. Let me just remind you, I'm not going to be available tonight to record any videos. I think I have a pre-recorded video for Saturday, and then I should be back by either Sunday or Monday. But anyways, you won't be missing out on much content. I have some pre-recorded videos for the weekend. And please enjoy Memorial Day weekend. I appreciate all of you. Remain calm, cool, and collected, and get ready for the markets. All right? Thank you. Market to the moon as the long term is very bright. And peace out.